All right, we're back. Had to fix that. Unit. Okay. um. Now, like I said, I was going to talk about everything that's going on in the NBA. Lakers hitting a restart button. If I'm the Lakers, because I want to close out from the last live stream that I did, come back with that same big three, run it back. You know, Russell Westbrook can only probably get bought out. I don't know why the Hornets are even interested in Russell Westbrook. You know, he's averaging what 18, 7 and 7 this season. The scoring went down, but that's expected when the ball was taken out of his hands. He didn't take that much shots this season because he had to deal with LeBron having the ball in his hands most of the time. Had to execute those trolls. You know, you just deal with trolls sometimes. It comes with the package of being a YouTuber. You deal with trolls. One thing about my channel, it's organic. All right, I do everything on my own, and this is a sport channel, so I cover all sports. I got to get into some more boxing news, some more NFL news. I got to cover things like that. But here's my thing. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's going into the postseason. He clinched a playoff spot. He could probably could win another championship. And what I like about Giannis that separates him from everybody else, he's not compared to no one really yet. All right? The Michael Jordan comparisons don't exist. He's kind of carving his own lane, and that's what you got to do. That's part of what you have to do, because he's being compared more to Shaq than Michael Jordan. And he could go down as the most dominant player. He gets a championship this year, he'd be undoubtedly better than Kevin Durant. He'll surpass Kevin Durant. Period. And that just leaves us with the big question. A lot of all this talk about LeBron want to play with this guy, want to play with that guy. We all know LeBron rather play with players than actually compete against them. It's the same guy that tried to recruit Klay Thompson, same guy that wanted to play with Kawhi, wanted to play with Kevin Durant. I mean, he has no filter. He'd like to play with Luka. He'd like to play with anybody. He's the type of dude that like to front run. He don't even want to compete. He just want to showboat, have the best team on the market with all the top players. I mean, to me, I like to compete. Why would I want to be on a team if I can't compete? If I get all the best players, I want to check that guy to see if I'm better than him. Competition comes first. Now, here's the thing. You got guys that's still going to be covering LeBron James during the postseason. I'm getting everything out right now, so when the postseason comes, I could just talk about those players because I still got my foot on Kevin Durant's neck. He better go to the finals. Now, he's doing better than LeBron this season. He's having a better season because it comes down to winning. All of that record-breaking LeBron was doing means absolutely nothing if you're not winning and you're playing on a championship contender. People suspect you to win. As simple as that. Now, there's plenty of places Russell Westbrook could go. They're talking about buying Russell Westbrook out, okay? He don't want to go down that market because most players that get bought out, they have to deal with that problem, of hey, you're a bought out play. That means you hit the end of your rope. Now, a lot of people are saying Russell Westbrook is done. Uh, he's past his prime. People tend to say things like that. Excuse me. People tend to say things like that when you're on a losing team, and your numbers isn't what it used to be. But you can make a case that the fact that he is playing on the Lakers hurt his chances of even being still considered a good player. I guarantee you, if he was on another team, he'd be scoring the same amount of points that he normally gets. He'd be averaging near a triple double. He wasn't even at his best this season, even though towards the last few games he played pretty good. But averaging 18, 7, and 7, that's close to a triple double. He just didn't have the ball in his hands to do it. He could have easily averaged another triple double this season without barely even trying. You know, he just knows how to manipulate the system to get a triple double. He is a triple double king. Nobody knows how to stat pad better than Russell Westbrook, I believe. Maybe LeBron is giving him a run for his money, but you got two ball dominant basketball players that need the ball in their hand, and that's problematic. But if any team suits him, he could go to the Hornets and be the man over there. He could go right on that team and be the man over there. As far as Lakers, you can still build the team around LeBron and AD. All you have to do is just empty out the role players a little bit, and you'll be good. But if it's just AD, LeBron, and role players, they're going to get normal treatment from him. But if they try to make super teams, try to stack the deck, people are going to suspect more from them. That's just how it is. Now, as far as LeBron goes, top 10 player of all time. I got him bumped down to 7, 6 to 7. Well, he really is in an awkward place because he got to win. He got to close out his career winning. If you want to be solidified in anything, you got to win. It's just as simple as that. Everybody's situation is different. He got to win more. Yeah, he could get some more individual accolades, but breaking records and getting individual accolades is not going to put you over the hump. You got to win. In his situation, winning is the only thing that needed to be done. No excuses. You got to go out there and win. As simple as that. You know, we're going to talk some hip-hop-ish later. We did have G Money in here earlier on, but I don't know what happened. I had to get rid of that live stream G Money. I had some trolls up in there, you know. And once you get those trolls, man, you know how they are. I always get some trolls coming up in here, talk, you know, that don't even say nothing. They say one or two words. I don't even know who or what that person is, but I don't deal with the trolling. You will get blocked. If I don't know you, you're going to get blocked. As simple as that. If I don't F with you, I don't F with you. I don't know. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not open to new experiences. You come up on here and you're looking to debate, you're looking to talk. Cool, no problem. You know, that's not that's not a thing for me. My problem is when you get a bunch of trolls up in here talking nonsense. You know, that's when I had to get rid of it. Now, I wish I didn't end that live stream because I was in a little groove right there, and something always messes up my groove when I'm into it. You know, so so yeah, Russell Westbrook perhaps going to the Charlotte Hornets. Man, now as we get up for this NBA postseason, I was talking about the weirdness of just this season in general. You got teams like, you know, like I said, G Money was talking about the Suns winning 60 plus games. I thought it was 67 for some reason, but apparently it's 63. Um, they got no single MVP candidate. Andrew Wiggins being a first time All Star, the Golden State Warriors overachieving. You never thought they'd be a title contender. Um, what else? The Memphis Grizzlies. Do you understand this team got a winning record even without Ja Morant? Do you understand how good this Memphis Grizzlies team has been this postseason? I mean, this past season. Only 3 more days left. Well, officially, probably now 2 more days left in the regular season. And that's crazy, bro. That's just flat out crazy. So, what else? For the Lakers to not even make, for the Lakers to not even make the postseason is an embarrassment. You know, because Nick Wright, all the Slurpers, they all said the Lakers was going to the finals. Nick Wright said the Lakers was going to the finals against the Milwaukee Bucks. Flat out. Look how that turned out. Brooklyn Nets, mainly due to injury, players not on the court. Now they're a different situation from the Lakers. Okay, a lot of their top players just haven't been on the court. You know, but for the most part, LeBron James has been on the court for the most part. Russell Westbrook has been on the court for the most. So there's no excuses on their part. You know, I always said everybody's situation is different. You can't compare everybody the same because everybody can't get the same treatment. It's as simple as that. You know, and I'm definitely going to hit up live later and talk some hip hop ish. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, some hip hop stuff. You know, but that's neither here or there. That's not even on here. You know what I'm saying? But we are going to get in. I am going to get into that. You know, but yeah, man, we're in a very weird time. You know what I'm saying? And hold on for a sec. I don't know why I'm having problems. Every time I come on live right now, I've been having problems with how the system's been working. You know, which is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is supposed to be on live, but yet, hmm. I'd like to see if anybody notices that I'm actually on live because something's not showing up here. You know, so I should get a notification for this, basically. Okay, so that's a problem. What's going on here, man? It's like something's wrong with my channel, man. Just hold on, I'll be back in a sec. So I'm trying to fix this little problem here. Luckily, I got my laptop in front of me. I could try to fix the situation, but it's not registering as being live. Oh, that's why. All right. That was the problem. Wow. I see. I just learned something new today. I had this live stream screaming and it looked like it was private the whole time. Wow. Wow. This is crazy. I had the live stream on for a while. I don't even know if you could probably view the rest of this live stream now, you know? But I had a little technical difficulties. I was on live for the last 16 minutes and it was set to private. I don't know how you do a live stream set to private. How is that even possible? So I've been on here for the last few minutes and it was set to private. I know something was wrong. You know, every time I go on live, there got to be some bullshit coming down now. It's starting to piss me off. But I don't know if anybody could go back, but we're talking about Russell Westbrook going to the Charlotte Hornets. This season being super weird. The Suns got no single MVP candidate. Big men are coming back to basketball. We're living in a different time right now, man. We're living definitely in a different time right now. So that's why you got to correct and fix all your stuff while you have a chance to do it. So hopefully now it'll work. I'm giving it a test right now to see if this thing. How you go on live and it's set to private? I have never seen nothing like that before. What's the point of going on live and setting it to private? What, you just gonna release it later or something like that? It's like self-recording for yourself. So I fixed that problem. All right. Okay. We're good now. Now it's officially in, you know. But yeah, man, we're heading into April. The playoffs are coming. Now there's two teams that I picked to go to the NBA Finals, which was the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Lakers. I picked them by default. I didn't pick them because I wanted to see them go to the NBA championship. Just like everybody else, you thought, hey, they got a big three. This other team got a super team. Um, they got an unfair advantage over a lot of people. 9 out of 10 chances, if they're fully healthy, they're going to go to the NBA Finals. Now we may not see neither one of them in the NBA Finals. But Kevin Durant gets a little more props this season because at least he's playing in the play-in tournament and he has a chance to go to the playoffs, right? Something the Lakers had numerous chances to do, and they failed to do it. You know, utterly disaster. You know what I'm saying? Had a situation with these trolls, had to fix them. You know, I listen, man. Let me tell it like this: I don't mind certain people coming on my live stream or whatever. I don't mind anybody coming on my live stream, but if you come, talk sports. Don't come here talking about, hey man, I'm doing this in life, I'm doing that in life. That's not what this channel is for. This channel is about talking about sports, man. That's about it. If you don't have sports on the brain, then don't come here and talking. Simple as that, man. You know, yeah, dudes come up in here telling me they got business coming down, and they, dog, I'm not here to promote your business. That's your job. I'm not here to promote your channels. None of that. Don't come. But I did learn something new today. you could technically do a live stream, set it to private, record, and that's that. I didn't know that. So this whole time I was screaming live, it was private. So I wondered if something was wrong because I had a conversation with, I was having a conversation with G Money, then all of a sudden it just went blank. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? You know, and luckily I had to reset to go back in there. You know, stranger things has happened. Every time I go on live, weird stuff happens. Now, about YouTube, man, I want to talk to something about YouTube. Most of YouTube beefs are fake. Okay, you got all these people here clout chasing on YouTube. They want attention. That's the problem with YouTube today, man. You got a bunch of attention whores. Guys coming on other people's channel don't really have a problem with the person. They don't really want spoke. They don't want to debate. All they really want to do is promote their fucking channel or promote their business or whatever the fuck. Dog, don't go behind my back talking shit. Oh, he this, he's that. But then all of a sudden, you come to me and, hey, like nothing happened. Come on, man. That's corny, I get people sometimes coming to me that I don't even know. I don't know them from a hole in the wall. So you wasting your time coming to me looking for me to do this and that because I don't do that. I don't F with you F boys. All right? I don't get down with you dudes like that. I'm pretty much an independent channel. My channel is pretty much independent to the core. Everybody that's pretty much on my channel has came on my channel basically through somebody that I know. I put my own work in. I don't want to be like every other YouTube channel because most YouTube channels got somewhat the same audience. And to me, that's corny. What's the point of being on YouTube if everybody got the same audience? There's no difference. There's no diversity. I'm bringing a little international flavor. I got the Philippines in here sometimes. Got New York, got LA. Some people I know personally. Boom. Come up on my channel. Let's talk sports because we debate sports at my job. Why won't you come to my channel and we could debate sports? So a lot of stuff is in-house. Some people here is not in-house, but a good amount of people here are in-house. Now, me personally, I don't mind. I understand this is YouTube. People go from one channel to the next, blah, blah, blah. Everybody got, stuff to talk about. But for me, I don't do that. If I'm covering a story, why would I go out and watch somebody else cover the same story that I'm covering? For what? For what possible reason? I don't get down like that. If you know people in life, in real life, then put them on, okay? You got a crew. Some of you guys claim y'all connected to the streets. Y'all own the block. Y'all run the block. Why won't you put your crew on? Why won't you put your people on? Think about it. Why won't you tell your peoples, hey, yo, I got a YouTube channel. Get down. My man Tony come down here, a guy I know in real life. So he didn't even have a YouTube channel. I told him, make a YouTube channel, subscribe to my channel, and we could talk some sports. That's my brethren right there. Put your peoples on. Cover your peoples. Because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of the people around you. Always remember that. But it always starts with you doing your own thing. You got to put your own work in. You got to be a man and put your own work in. Nothing in life comes for free and cheap. This ain't LeBron James. This ain't no LeBron James super team. You don't get nothing free for here. Salute G Money. Sorry about that, man. I had trolls coming up on my channel, man. By the way, G Money does do live streams too sometimes. Y'all should check him out. See, I put my peoples on. So if I know you, we mess with each other, then I'm going to support your stuff because I know you. But if I don't know you from a hole in the wall, and you just jump on my damn channel telling me, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I don't fucking know you. What do I need to pay attention to you for? You know, I'm not like some of these dudes here, man. They talk shit about people and then go back to that same person's channel and act like nothing don't happen. So we beefing one minute, then the next minute we friends. That's corny, man. Look at all the fuckery going on in YouTube. Dudes diss each other, then a week later they back friends, and they talking about how they forgive each other, they friends and all this stuff. So what the fuck? What are we doing? You know, this is after you just said that you're gonna murk his father, you're gonna bury your people's family members. Get out of here with that. The minute you talk bad about my family member, we ain't cool at all. And we're never going to be cool. Period. You think I'm gonna mess with you after you just sit there and said this and that about me? Get the fuck out of here. You know? You gotta hold people down. You know? But G Money, people still sleeping on your Phoenix Suns. The fact that nobody is an MVP candidate on that team is what you get 63 wins and nobody talk about not a single player being MVP. You guys get disrespected even for the All-Star ballot. You put Andrew Wiggins above somebody in the Phoenix Suns? The Phoenix Suns got the best record in the Western Conference. They destroyed the Lakers back-to-back 2 years. Devin Booker outplayed LeBron James 2 times now in the playoffs, and he stopped LeBron James from even making the play-in. He completely dismantled the Lakers. Lakers ain't got nothing for the Phoenix Suns. And if you LeBron James, why are you out here talking about trying to be on teams with Steph Curry? You should be talking about how can the Lakers get better? I need to beat the Phoenix Suns. Can't be out here letting Devin Booker outplay you. You're supposed to be the so-called top 5 best player in the game. Go and beat Devin Booker, because Devin Booker ain't a top 5 player in the game. So why is he outplaying you? Why is he beating you? And shout out to Chris Paul. Every team Chris Paul goes on, he makes them better. He turns teams into championship contenders. Don't you notice that? If this man get a championship on his roster, on his resume, you could make a case he could be a top 5 point guard of all time. A lot of people already think he is a top 5 point guard of all time. But if you want to solidify it, you gotta win. This is what winning comes into play. Why do you think when people sit there and say, "Oh, if this guy wins one more championship, he's gonna be this. If this guy wins a couple more championships, he's gonna be that." Because winning comes first. Winning is always the first and foremost thing. That's just the way it is. You understand where I'm coming from? That's always the main thing. Winning always comes first. And if you're a guy like LeBron James and you got 6 finals losses, only 4 NBA titles, you have to make up for those 6 finals losses. You need more wins. If he can't win another championship or a few more championships on the latter end of his career, his legacy is going to get shot. It's already getting shot right now. Imagine if he has another season like this next season. Breaking those records is not going to save you. I don't care what anybody says. If you keep breaking all these records, it's not going to save you from the big bottom line that you don't win. You got individual accolades already. You got MVPs and all this other stuff. Yeah, compared to some other players, it's lacking. But it gets to a point where the winning, it becomes an arm race between the winning. If Giannis Antetokounmpo gets 7 championships, all those individual accolades will follow him. He's not going to get 7 championships without those individual accolades anyway, because that means he's going to be winning. And if he does that, I guarantee you people will be saying he's the greatest basketball player of all time. Let Giannis get 7 championships. I know it's a scratch, but if he gets that, no NBA player in modern NBA history has more than 6 championships. Think about that. They all failed. Just like a lot of all players in the 80s, they came close to getting a 3-peat, they all failed. Think about that. Jordan is 2022, and Jordan still has more championships than any player without no losses, him and Kareem. That's why Jordan's biggest challenge is Kareem. more than LeBron James. LeBron James is pretty much in the same sentence now as Walt Chamberlain, Jerry West, and in comparison with player dominance, look up the numbers. He's right there with Larry Bird. He's similar to Larry Bird. You can make a case that Larry Bird is better. Most of his accomplishments are close to Larry Bird's. Real talk. So he's not even in Jordan's atmosphere yet because he's lacking too much. And I made several videos on that, and I proved my point. Now, Larry Bird is an all-time great. That makes LeBron James an all-time great. That's my problem with it. That boat for LeBron to go towards the same stratosphere as Michael Jordan is already sailed, bro. But if he does want to convince people, you got to win more. You can't stay at 4 championships when Kobe got 5, Tim Duncan got 5, Magic Johnson got 5. They all won more than they lost on the biggest stage. Jordan got 6-0. Tim Duncan's 5-1. Tim Duncan only lost 1 championship in the finals, bro. 1. And that was by a Ray Allen shot. Technically, a Ray Allen shot and a rebound is the reason why Tim Duncan don't get 6 championships. Arguably one of the most underrated players in the NBA is Tim Duncan. Best power forward of all time. Take those championships away from Tim Duncan. Would you be calling him the best power forward? No. You'd be calling somebody else that's a power forward that won those championships. Stop acting like winning don't count. And don't tell me about no damn Bill Russell. Any player from the 50s, 60s, and 70s that disqualified from GOAT conversation. A lot of the stuff and the criteria that you use wasn't around even back then. You know, Bill Russell played on a team that had 8 Hall of Famers on it and only 8 teams in the entire league. You only win 1 playoff series, then you go to the finals? Of course he's going to be in the finals every year. Of course he's going to win every year. How could you underachieve with 8 Hall of Famers on your team? And that's not even his fault. You know, that's just the fault of the problem of the league because the league wasn't as developed back then. It is what it is. But you got to have both to be the GOAT. You got to have individual dominance and you got to have winning team success because that individual dominance got to equal the team success. But guess what? Without winning, you don't get the team. You don't get the individual dominance really. You can't be one way or the other. You can't, like LeBron James averaged 30+ points a game, right? You can't make excuses for him and sit there and say, hey, you know what? You know, he's old. Well, if he's old, then old players or players out of their prime, they don't average 30+ points a game, period. What's good, Zach? Me and Zach had a little heated fallout yesterday, you know, which was funny because it's a sport debate, you know, but at the same time, man, it is what it is. Now, see, that's my brother. We could argue, disagree on something, and come back to the round table and talk because it's never going to be something really personal. I didn't say nothing about his family. He didn't say nothing about my family. You know, it's just YouTube people having a debate, you know. But all of these trolls, don't come to me. Don't talk to me. Don't even look at me. We're not friends. Southside rules, Queens rules, baby. I got morals and ethics. I don't go by that effery that's on YouTube. Niggas diss each other one week, then they friends the next week. What type of stuff is that? Some of these guys on YouTube say the most disrespectful stuff to each other, then go back to being friends the next week. That's phony. That's a fake beef. Giannis has a clean record, Zach. That's the problem. Giannis is going to be a problem, bro. He could probably take over this generation, and he can win like, oh my God, he has no ceiling. That's the thing, and he's unorthodox because you can't compare Giannis to anybody. You know, he's like a mix of a lot of other players, but in a good way. You know. But until LeBron James wins more, I can't put him above a guy like Kobe. Kobe 5-2. LeBron got the individual accolades, but Kobe got those same individual accolades. He just has less of them. But at the end of the day, I can't overlook the winning, especially in modern NBA history. Tim Duncan, Kobe, Kareem, Jordan, Magic Johnson. He can't leapfrog those guys until he continues to win. He got to win more, you know? No. Giannis may do it. Giannis may do it, Zach. He may do it. I may be on here saying Giannis surpassed Michael Jordan. You know? No, okay. Oh, whoa. Different energy from Zach today. Whoa. Whoa. But Kobe was a winner, man. I wasn't even a big Kobe fan coming up, but he was a winner. He's a winner. All he cares about was winning. This man could have, look at the examples of it. Watch the interviews of all, matter of fact, let's just do all three of those dudes. Look at the interviews when LeBron James is joking, playing around, and making excuses. Look at interviews when Michael Jordan looked dead serious in his interviews. Focus. Look at interviews with just the mentality of how they approached the game was different. You know, Kobe didn't tolerate losing. That was like a virus, a disease for him. Mamba mentality. Kobe would have beaten LeBron James in 2008, 2009, and 2010. Because he would have checked LeBron, and he would mentally take LeBron out the game. And he was a better one-on-one defender. And LeBron had problems guarding Kobe because LeBron couldn't guard Kobe one-on-one. You could just look at their individual plays. Look at them play in the All-Star game. Do the eye test. Tell me who was scoring on who, shutting each other down. You know? Kobe literally shut LeBron James down in the All-Star game on both ends of the floor. Imagine him doing that in the NBA Finals. LeBron was just busy playing, and Kobe wasn't playing. He ain't playing with you, bro. Kobe's not the type of dude that's going to play with you. I don't care if it's a damn All-Star game, an exhibition game. Kobe coming to kill you. He coming to compete. He all up in your grill. He talking smack. Kobe ain't having that. Neither was Michael Jordan. These dudes was, you know, they was coming for the win. Jordan said in interviews, I do whatever it takes to win. If you just need me to go and rebound, you need me to go and shoot. He don't care about no field goal percentage. LeBron James is just, he's too focused on his stats. But here's the stupid thing about it. LeBron, if you're winning, your stats will come. That's it. He got to win more. He has to win more. That's the only way he could bridge that gap between him and those other players. Because you lost more than Tim Duncan. Now, the only time that you could beat Tim Duncan is to get more championships than him, or at least tie him. Because unfortunately, he got 2 championships by beating you. So that's on the biggest stage there is. People always look at what you do on the biggest stage. Look, if Jordan didn't win 6 championships and he had those individual accolades, you wouldn't be saying he's the GOAT. It comes down to winning. It does come down to winning. The rest of the stuff follows. It gets added on to it. It's like an extra add-on. Then you can evaluate all the other stuff, you know? He's underachieved, Zach. I mean, no way of looking at it. LeBron James has underachieved. He should have about 6 or 7 championships about right now. Because all of the greats got like a winning record. That's when I do deep research on all players' top 5, they all got winning records on the biggest stage. Think about it. Everybody won more than they lost. Kareem is 6-4. All right. He's actually the opposite of LeBron. So imagine what LeBron would be if he was 6-4. Think about that. We would look at LeBron completely different if he was 6-4. The fact that you keep getting outplayed by people that you're supposed to be better than, there's a problem with that. Devin Booker just spoke the Lakers twice. Why is Devin Booker being a problem for the Lakers? Yes, I told you, I'm not a LeBron James hater. I like LeBron James, but I can't ignore the failures, man. I can't do it. I mean, I have to be honest and tell the truth. He's underachieved, you know? No, he still wouldn't be GOAT, but he damn sure would be a lock for like number two. He'd be right there with Kareem. You know, he'd be right there going at it with Kareem. You know, but Giannis got a clean slate, bro. Giannis, his career is so promising. Let that man get a three-peat. Imagine Giannis getting three-peat in this era. He's gonna rule this. He's gonna rule this era. I get my hopes is really high for Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know, I got real high hopes for Giannis. The same high hopes that I once had for LeBron James. You know, and those have to be added. Exactly, G Money. Those have to be added. You shouldn't be getting outplayed by a baby Kawhi Leonard. I showed you the clips. Kawhi Leonard was all up in LeBron's grill. I'm like, what is going on here? LeBron attacked this guy, dominate this guy. You probably would have won the series if you put the pressure on the San Antonio Spurs. You could have been that guy that been such a dominant offensive player that they would have been double teaming LeBron. LeBron would have passed the ball out to wide open teammates. They would have won that series if he didn't collapse. Because if he was able to run free without Kawhi Leonard shutting him down, they would have won that series. They would have had nobody to stop LeBron. But they did have a LeBron stopper. His name was Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, that's the thing. And the fact that he wants to play with Steph is kind of, that's like Michael Jordan saying, I want to play with Isaiah Thomas. No, you don't say that, bro. You don't say that. Steph Curry said, I'm good. I don't want to play with you. He basically saying, I don't want to play with you. Because he knows that, man, LeBron come here, I could probably do a lot of the heavy lifting and he going to get the credit for it, you know? Yes, Magic Johnson does. He does have, Magic Johnson was one of the guys that some people were saying is right up there with, you know, Kareem, Magic, and Jordan. Magic Johnson ruled a whole decade. He's the guy that ran the 80s. Because look, here's a perfect example. All these guys in the 80s was beating up on each other, right? All failed to get three-peats. They all kept losing, too, right? But the only one guy that you say is the king of the 80s is Magic because he won the most. See, winning does count, you know? You know, it's the same thing with Floyd Mayweather. His biggest case, you know, to being called the GOAT is the fact that he's undefeated. That's the biggest thing he could hold on to because sports always comes down to winning. You know, now that's a complete different sport, different criteria as boxing is. You know, we'd be here all day with the boxing stuff. You know, shout out to Earl Spence Jr. though. He's gonna fight you guys. You guys got to pick that one up. You know, watch that. Yeah, but I don't want to see that. I want to see Steph go up against LeBron. I think it's more fun to see Steph go up against LeBron. I don't want to see LeBron team up with all these Hall of Famers and all these All Stars. How many All Stars do you need to play with to win? Just think about that. At some point, it has to be a stoppage. You know, you could like a player, but you don't have to lie and make excuses for him. You know, people always get it confused. I never said Jordan never lose. Okay, that's why I always say won more and lost less. That's what I'm impressed with more, the loss less. Okay, I never said Giannis Antetokounmpo lost, but the loss less is what I'm concerned with. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. You know. Cambos is a very underrated player, man. I didn't know he was going to be that good. I slept on the guy. I'm gonna be honest with you, Zach. I slept on Cambos. I didn't know he was going to be a good boxer. I thought Teofimo Lopez was going to give him the business. I thought this fight was going to be like ended in 5 rounds. But he earned his respect to be called a great fighter. I want to see who's going to win between him and Devin Haley. That's going to be an awesome fight. Lomachenko's coming back. Boxing is in great hands. I love boxing. Boxing is arguably one of my favorite sports. Boxing, football, basketball. If I could go in this order, basketball is like my third favorite sport. You know, I know a lot about basketball because I played it. Look, All right, and I put a lot of time and research into it. But what, like a lot of guys, what you don't understand is I do the same for every sport. I was watching Tiger in the Masters a couple hours ago. I watch every sport. My eye is always on every sport. I am a sport fanatic. You're not going to meet nobody that's big on sports like me. I follow everything, have criterias. I break the game down. I give you reasons to why I say what I say. This is why I always say, hey, anybody that wants sport, they can always come get it because I have a rebuttal for just about everything. You know, it's nothing that you're going to tell me that I haven't heard already because I've been do it. You know, you know. Griselda Big Three. Man, Griselda's a great rap group. I've been trying to tell people about that all the time. Love Griselda. I love what they bring to hip hop. They remind me of old school hip hop. You know, traditional, all about the lyrics. That's what I like. Westside Gunn is better. It makes better music than Conway though. But Conway is a better rapper. But his production on his beats, he need help with that. Because his albums is never better than Westside Gunn. You know? That's another thing about that. I mean, that's another topic for another day when I go into hip hop, you know? But yeah. Benny the Butcher is great. Great artist. I'm glad you caught on to him because I kept telling you about them. I made several videos talking about Griselda. You know, I try to get the word out there to let people know, hey, this is a group that you should be listening to. You know, but it is what it is, man. You know, but what's up with this postseason, man? Who's gonna win the NBA championship? Hopefully, this don't get tarnished by LeBron James news. You know, because the media can't stop talking about LeBron James. If the media talks about LeBron James, then the general public is going to talk about LeBron. And I don't want the NBA playoffs to be tarnished. 2019 was a great NBA postseason because we didn't have to deal with none of the excuse making. We just got to watch basketball. We got to judge and say who was the best, win or lose. And now it's wide open. Anybody can win the championship. Let's go. Who's going to do it? Everybody is evenly stacked. There's no super teams. Everybody's going to have to actually earn a championship and compete. You got to earn the championship and compete now. Who's going to win? No unfair advantage. None of that. I don't know what is LeBron's obsessed with making super teams. Why do you need to have that comfort of having a super team? Just play basketball. You know? If you are everything the media say you are, you should have no problem winning. You know? You just want a certain. LeBron never wants to risk anything. He just wants a guaranteed win. Because if I can get all the top talent, it's a guaranteed win for me. I can't rock with that because I'm too competitive. I always tell people, hey, I want to compete. I never want to be on, even when I'm playing sports, I'm playing basketball. I never want to be on a team that got the best players if we're playing street ball. Oh, what's the point of me playing with a bunch of guys that's real talented and we just clean the slate? We run through everybody. To me, that's not fun. I mean, if he was going to leave Cleveland, he should have went to a team like the Bulls. You know, that wouldn't been a super team. You just had you would have had a valid secondary player. Jimmy Butler's always been a good secondary player. He could have been your Scottie Pippen. Then you would have had good role players like Joakim Noah and all of that, and you would have had a couple seasons of Derrick Rose. And since you got so much pull, you probably been able to keep Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose still would have been a good solid player, even if he got reduced down to a role player. You know, you would have been competing against the Miami Heat yourself. Let's just say the Miami Heat had Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade versus LeBron James and Jimmy Butler, or LeBron James and Derrick Rose, whatever one you want to pick. But they'd have had two All-Stars and role players. It'd have been a legit even battle. and it's been fun to watch. Don't tell me you didn't like Dwayne Wade versus LeBron battles. That was fun, right? No, it was fun. You know, a lot of these people they talk shit about you, but when it's time, they're nowhere to be found. You know, now some of this fuckery that goes on YouTube is sickening for me. You know, I don't understand where it comes from. Like I had a live stream just on a couple of minutes ago. Had some troll coming up on here, keep typing the same thing over and over again. You know, I don't even know what it means, but to me, it looks like he was promoting something. So I had to block him and get rid of him. You know, and he kept making account after account. How much of a low life do you have to be to come on somebody's platform and troll them with numerous channels? That's the most weirdest shit I have ever seen. You know, everything I get, I earn. If you look at all the channels I have from years past, some I don't even have access to anymore. I probably have over 10,000 subscribers. You know, not that I looking for numbers. I'm just saying. Nah, he don't know me. Definitely don't know me. You know, it was some new cat. I love having new people come up in here. We could talk sports, but if you're not talking sports and you're just promoting a business, I don't want to talk to you. This is a sport channel, you know? So before everybody goes and call me, oh, you this, you that, you probably watch a LeBron James video, a music video of LeBron James, a highlight video of LeBron James, and not know that it's my channel. Do you understand that? I may don't have access to it no more, but it was my channel at one point. I have a Floyd Mayweather channel. I have every single fight from Floyd Mayweather of his whole career. Manny Pacquiao, whole career. I got these things on DVD collections of just about every top athlete in sports. You watch an old Floyd Mayweather fight, it's probably from me. I'm probably the one that posts that up in its entirety. I can't recover them because they're too old. You know, I don't even know the email attached to them. I don't know the password. All I know is that the channel is still there, and I can never access it, which is sad. Because, you know, it's sad because I got so much material on there, and I don't want to repost that stuff up again. To me, I don't like reliving in the past, you know. But, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. You know, I would just say I work hard, man. You know, I just put the work in. Anybody could do it if you just put the work in. As simple as that. All the time you waste in trolling people, you could put that work in on your channel. Be creative. Come with your own content. You know how many people stole my ideas? I don't even care, but people stole my ideas when I make videos. People came up with the same concept from me. You know? Yeah. See, but those was a long time ago. We talking about the early 2000s. Some of them channels was up, you know. YouTube started in 2005, Zach. I was here about 2007. And even 2005, I was still watching YouTube, you know. All of these YouTubers you see now, I was on YouTube before them. I'm one of the pioneers of sports YouTube videos. When it comes to highlights, me and a guy named Bruce Blitz was the only guys doing it. YouTube started in 2005. So if you watched a highlight video, you probably watched a video of mine or Bruce.
Hey man, how you doing?
What's good, bro?
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. What's good with you?
Doing fine.
Oh yeah, man. What you make of this NBA season, bro?
Weird, crazy, fun, surprise teams here and there, and I can't wait for the playoffs.
Oh yeah. No, Zach, I'm not going to reload those because some of those DVDs I have is in New York, and I don't want to recover all that. But hey, if you watch a Jordan video, a LeBron video, a Kobe video, a Magic Johnson video, just about any great NBA player, I posted up content for them. I had channels just dedicated to one player, and I was the first to do this. I used to put up full games and highlights of that one player on that one channel because it was dedicated to that player's legacy and his greatest games. You know, I did it for everybody, you know. So a hater wouldn't do that. You know, you calling me a LeBron hater 9 out of 10 times, probably one of the videos you're watching are my videos that I made on LeBron. So I'm a hater. I just have to be honest and tell the truth, you know. But G Money, man, bro, you may be a saint right now, man. You may be like Nostradamus right now, man, because your Suns are killing it. And
I mean, they've kind of slided off. They lost 3 of the last 4 as of late, but they've kind of slided off.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? You know what they say about postseasons, right? You know, everybody goes back to zero once the postseason starts.
True. I'm just not true. Look, the only team in the West that I can see being the Suns are the Grizzlies, to be honest. I mean, I know people like Zach on the.
We be sitting here talking about.
I know people like Zach on the Warriors bandwagon. I'm just not believing the Warriors yet. I have to see how Steph Curry looks when he comes back from injury.
Damn, Zach got the Warriors versus Bucks in the NBA Finals. That'll be a nice final.
Or Warriors Sixers. I'm just not believing the Warriors yet, man. I mean, time will tell, but I'm not believing the Warriors.
You know what, maybe. Oh yeah. So yeah, man. So yeah, man. As far for the stuff that's going on right now in the NBA, what you make of this Laker debacle, man? You know,
it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
You predicted this. You said the Lakers wasn't. You said they weren't going to win it. Yeah,
before this, okay,
win the championship. You were right.
Before the year, I didn't think they'll win the title. I felt they'll at least be in the playoffs. I didn't think they'll be out of the play-in. But even though I did kind of predict the future of them not making the finals, I didn't think they'll miss the playoffs.
True that. Dang. Yeah, man. So, Kid Trunks, what up, kid?
What's up, man? Yo.
Uh-oh, you got the angry black man in your profile. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to run and hide. That brother going to start yelling.
You're okay, Zach. I would not mind seeing Philly and Phoenix in the finals. I would not mind seeing that.
Philly, they ain't going to go to no fucking finals, man.
I mean, I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying I would not mind seeing them.
Huh? Think about what?
Lakers not making the playoffs.
That's a bet. Not even the play-in.
It's a disgrace. The Spurs and the Pelicans.
Not even the play-in. They're gonna lose this game. They're gonna lose against Golden State too. I don't want to hear. They're
gonna lose. We know what's gonna happen. They're gonna lose this game. We know.
Is LeBron playing or he out?
No LeBron, no AD, no Russ.
Yeah, is LeBron playing?
No, he's out.
Oh, okay.
LeBron said, "Fuck it." Bro, I remember he was. I remember one game. Right?
Go home.
I remember one game. Right. It was a game they lost, and during the post interview, like after the game when they lost, I forgot who he played against, but I definitely knew they lost. LeBron, he was answering questions, and as soon when it was about to be over, you know, for the reporters asking him questions, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and watch a movie with my wife." Y'all remember that? He said that.
Yeah.
You remember that, G-Money?
Oh, what? When LeBron said what?
He said that they were asking him questions. You know, like the post, what is called? Not post. When the game's over and you got
post game.
Yeah. Okay, that was called post game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They asked questions and they lost. When they lost the game, LeBron, I guess he was just sick of it. He was just like, yeah. He said before he left, he said, "Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and watch a movie with my wife."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a quick question before we continue with this. G Money, you do scream yard. How you block somebody from posting up comments in your section? Like all these weirdos, man. How you block them from even posting a comment?
If I were you, man, to press block, I think you just gotta click on the name, just block them. Hang on, you click on the name, just click on block. That's it.
Oh,
Block.
there's no
You
way
click
like
on Clipper Nation. I'll give you an example.
they
Click
need
on the
like
person,
approval.
click on block. That's it. You won't see the
Right.
message anymore. Click on the person, click on block. Yo, Trunks, come
Okay.
back, man.
Oh, okay. Cause man, this is weird, bro. It's like they got like several different accounts. Like, where's these trolls, man?
I don't know, man. Like
You know.
seriously, like what? Or let's try to ignore them. If I were you, let's try to ignore them. So,
Mm.
what do you think, man? What do you think about this season?
Um, man, the season was just flat out weird, man. Lakers being 17 games under 500, the Brooklyn Nets being hyped up to go to the finals, and
They're in the
none of
playing
them,
tournament, they're in the eighth
they
seed.
barely make it to the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, like, what the hell is going on with this league, man? It's just like really like all the teams that you think that couldn't do nothing are doing something, and all
Like
the
the
teams that was
Raptors
hyped up
being
to
in the
do things
playoffs.
aren't doing
I
it.
mean, look at the surprise teams: the Raptors, the
Yeah, that's crazy.
Grizzlies. I know the Grizzlies have hit some hard times as of late, but the Raptors, the Grizzlies, the Warriors.
Hmm.
I mean, surprise teams. The Heat. The Heat have clinched the best record in the Eastern Conference today. Etc. The Celtics have been a surprise. So yeah.
Mm. Yeah, man, that's just crazy, man. And the Charlotte Hornets reportedly want Russell Westbrook. I'm like, he's set to make 46 million. All right, and the Lakers gonna waive him with that much money.
Wow.
So the only way you're gonna really have to get rid of him is probably waive him. You know, that's why I just said they better off just running that same thing back next season and just try to get some different role players. You're just gonna have to learn how to play with each other. That's all.
Right. And also NBA
No.
news: the Nuggets beat the Grizzlies, so the Nuggets clinch a playoff spot, and we get a first,
Uh-huh.
second for sure play-in game. We get the Clippers and the Wolves in the play-in, and we get the Spurs and the Pelicans in the play-in. But the Clippers will have to fly to Minnesota for the play-in. But the Spurs and Pelicans, we don't know yet, because that means that the Pelicans will have to either win one more game to host the Spurs for the play-in, or the Spurs will have to lose one more game for the Pelicans to get in. For the
Hmm.
Spurs
Oh,
to
yo, Zach is asking.
yeah. What's my finals
Zach,
predictions?
Zach is asking. What is your?
It's tough, man. I'm gonna say Suns versus Nets or Bucks. I'm gonna shock people. I have a weird from the Nets. I think Brooklyn's gonna turn things around, and I have a bold prediction. I think the Nets come out the East.
Hmm.
I just feel in my heart though. I got Suns and Nets. I could be, in
Ooh.
fact, I might be. I may look like a
Mm.
dumbass by the end of the season, but I'm gonna go Suns and Nets.
Mm. Bro, that'd be crazy, man. But yo, if Giannis could beat that same Brooklyn team with Kyrie and Kevin Durant on it, bro, I mean that
Excuse me,
that'd
right,
be something. That'd be something. I could see them go. I could see them going to 7 games.
right. So I got Suns. Right, right. I
Cause
got Suns
the
and
matchup is
Nets.
gonna be.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. The net,
Yeah.
even
Zach
though
said he forgot about the Nets. Hey man, the Nets could be. Oh, go ahead.
no, you're about to say something.
What you said?
No, you're about to say
Yeah.
something.
The Nets could be the if the Nets do win it. Yeah, I'm telling you, if the Nets could win a championship, they'd be what the only eighth seed in NBA history to win a championship.
Eight or seven.
That's
Eight or
unheard of.
seven.
Yeah, yeah, and that's crazy, bro. You know, we don't even associate eighth seeds with winning championships. You know, nobody looks at an eighth seed and say, "Oh, they're gonna win the championship." We always look at them as, "Hey, they're gonna be a first round knockout." Welcome
True,
to the
but
playoffs. You
they
get
also
beat by
might
a
get
first seed,
seven though.
then
They're
it's
only a
over.
game behind Cleveland. They also might get seven.
Yeah. Even so, that's still low. For nobody looks at those bottom seed teams to win championships. You know, this would be a very weird NBA season. But then at the same time, the Brooklyn Nets is not a real low seed team if you really look at
Right,
it. You
right.
know, so that's not a real eighth seed. I know it's on paper is eighth seed, but if you put it into context a little bit, there's reasons why they've been, you know, at the eighth seed. So it's
Mhm.
not. You look at that team, it's not a real eighth seed. Just like the Lakers is not supposed to be a team that's fighting for the play-in. They were predicted to win. Kendrick Perkins said this team was going to win 70 games.
That was disrespectful as hell, man.
You know,
Like 70
yup. And
plus
Nick
games
Wright said that team was going. Nick
was gonna
Wright
beat
said,
the Bucks in the NBA
yup. And
Finals.
Nick Wright said the Lakers was going to beat
The Bucks in the
exactly. Boom.
finals,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
glad you remember that. Boom. Yep.
That was not gonna happen, man.
So yeah.
I mean, I had the Lakers going to the conference final, but losing to the Suns. But that's what I thought. But the fact that this team lacked depth, didn't clog the paint, they blew multiple double-digit leads, did not do a good job fighting through screens, didn't share the ball. LeBron, AD, Westbrook didn't fit. When the big three was playing, they were only 11-10 when they were all healthy. They were struggling with bad teams all year, losing to great teams all year. It's like this team had no chemistry, man. Frank Vogel didn't know how to utilize his players, man. This team was a clusterfuck, man.
Hell yeah. And the funny thing is they're gonna switch a lot of attention to Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel gonna get fired.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
He's definitely going. I mean, there's no but if about it. And a lot of people are gonna say, "Hey, man, he's not a championship coach, but he won a title with that team." So
2 years
that
ago.
definitely gives him validation to being a championship coach. Yeah. So if he goes to another team and coach another team, you can't say he's not a championship coach. He has the hardware to prove it. You know, all it takes is one. He got a championship. So technically, he is a championship coach. It's just the fact that you know coaching can only go so far. If the team just don't want to buy into the system, they don't want to play hard. That's on them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But it's the players and the
you can
coach
tell
too.
somebody.
To me, it's on both.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for
yeah, I
interrupting you,
know, but
P.
I'm saying, yeah,
I get
go
your
ahead.
point, but it's also both. Yes, the players have to execute on the floor,
Yeah.
but at the same time, the coach has to find a way to execute. Excuse me, find a way to draw plays for the players to fit in, though.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You know, but look at it like this: if somebody's telling you to do this, do that, and you don't do it, you know, you want to do stuff the different way. I mean, they're the ones dribbling the ball and playing on a basketball court. So,
That's true,
the coach
true.
could say, "Hey, do this, do that. Let's run this play, run that play." They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. That's when you got to find a coach that people that they can actually respect. Because some coaches, players don't respect. They run over. They
Hmm.
completely disrespect the coach. You know, so I don't know if Frank Vogel got the respect from the Lakers, or if the players on that court actually respect him.
Hmm.
Because I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But I don't know. I'd say last year's roster, the one that lost to Phoenix Suns, they
Hmm.
respect Frank Vogel more than this roster because the
I agree
Lakers
with
keep
that.
changing their roster every year.
I agree with that.
You know, so I don't know. Man. Now, does Melo come back?
That's tough to say. If I were Melo, man, I would see what the Lakers do in the off season. And the Lakers don't do much in the off season. I'm bouncing. If I, you get what I'm saying? If I were
Dang.
Melo, if the Lakers don't do much in the off season, I would bounce. And speaking of the Lakers, they're up
Oh,
by
okay.
4 on the Warriors right now. Just want to throw it out there.
Oh, they up. Oh, okay. Who's playing?
Uh,
No, nobody. None of the
Malik
the
Monk,
bigs.
THT, Dwight Howard, Austin Reeves, Wayne Ellington, Wayne Gabriel, Kent Bazemore, DJ Augustine, yeah, for the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's about to rain in your place?
But hey, man, Zach said if I it was. That's how I had to stop my last live stream. Um,
Okay.
Giannis said, Zach said, if Giannis three-peats, he's the GOAT. Um,
Mm,
Three-peating would be a big thing. Who's the last person to three-peat? It was Kobe, right?
Kobe and
Kobe did
Shaq.
it.
Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think
So
I, I
it's been
do
quite some
think
time. I mean,
right, right. Right.
go
I
ahead.
don't I don't see Giannis three-peating, man. I mean, look, I do think the Bucks will win more rings. I just don't think they'll three-peat. Because you have to understand, when you try to three-peat teams, it's hard because you have to keep your stay in shape. You also have to understand teams are going to make adjustments against you, though. You don't it's hard to three-peat. Hell, it's hard even winning one,
Yeah,
though. Because remember, teams are going to adjust against
right.
you. And also you have to understand that, you know, coaches, teams might get different coaches, teams might get new role players, might get stars. You know, you don't know what's going to happen 2 years from now. So I don't see the Bucks three-peating. I do think they will win some more rings, but I don't see a three-peat. Even hell, it's not a guarantee to win this year. You know, because you know,
Oh, yeah. But hey, man, three-peat is a hell of accomplishment. The fact that the
right.
last three-peat was in what 2002,
2002,
you know,
2002.
so that's a long time. Yeah, so that goes to show you it takes a lot just to even three-peat. Because
Hmm.
you're playing all those games. Then you got to. It's like playing multiple seasons in one because you got to go to the playoffs and play grueling contests in that. Go to the finals every year. It's not easy. You know,
Exactly.
it's a very hard accomplishment to do, and takes a lot. It takes special players and a team that really got to be on the same page because you got to be
Right.
conditioning right too. You
Right.
know. Oh yeah. But if he could do that, that'd be something. I mean, he'd be the first player to do that in a long time. He definitely, you could make a case. He could be a top five player with just a three-peat because Larry
True.
Bird was a top five player with just three championships,
True. True.
for a while until he got both, you know, yeah.
That's true.
But
That's
yeah,
true.
man, what about your MVP?
MVP, it's tough. It's between Giannis and Embiid. I'll give a slight edge towards Embiid. I say slight edge towards Embiid. I think this is
Okay.
Embiid's one to win it though. He
So,
should win
yeah,
it this
I
time.
mean, oh yeah. But hey, man, he's a big, and he may be the first big that gets a scoring title in a long time since Shaq, right?
Yeah, Shaq
Has
in
has a guy
2000.
that
Yeah,
played the five position been? Yeah, I think that's a long time because the game that shows you the games are so perimeter orientated that the five position was just like dying for a long time, and
facts.
Embiid is bringing it back. So is the Joker, you know.
Hmm.
So that's something, man. But yeah, man. What do you think if LeBron does go to a team like Golden State? Let's just say that happens, man.
What would
What do
they
you
add?
think about that?
They had to lose a lot of pieces to get him. Like, remember, LeBron probably. How much does LeBron make? Let me check his contract. Give me some time, all right? Because
All right.
if you look at LeBron's contract, LeBron is making around. Let me check his salary. LeBron next year is going to make around 43 million next year. So 44. I'm sorry, he's going to make 44 million next year. So the Warriors have to trade a lot of players to get him though.
Okay.
You got to lose a lot of depth.
Yeah.
I mean, LeBron would help the Warriors
That's
with
the thing.
playmaking, athleticism, and good IQ, but it's like the Warriors have to lose a lot of pieces though.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Uh,
that's a tricky one. Zach, I don't know if Giannis
nah,
is
nah,
more impressive than Dirk.
no, it's not. No, it's not because here's the thing: Dirk
Dirk had to
Nowitzki,
go. He went
Dirk
to
had to beat.
yeah.
He had to beat the two-time defending champion Lakers with Kobe Powell. He swept that team, the Lakers, and everyone had the Lakers in the Heat in the finals in 2011.
Yep.
Also, in the conference final, he beat KD,
Yep.
Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and the Thunder, the same team that went to the NBA Finals the year later. and they beat the big three Miami Heat with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, and everyone picked Miami to win. And remember, the Mavericks that year.
Yep.
Remember, Caron Butler, one of the Mavericks' leading scorers, he was out most of the playoffs because he had an injury. Jason Kidd was old. Jason Terry was aging. Yes, Giannis's ring was impressive, but Dirk Nowitzki's ring was way more impressive because no one picked the Mavericks to go far. Nobody. And they beat 50-plus win teams, a super team Heat team, a defending champion, two-time defending champion Laker team that was trying to three-peat, and beat a big three OKC Thunder team that went to the NBA Finals the year later. And even in the first round, they beat Brandon Roy and the Blazers, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Blazers. Yeah.
Yep, yo, what a credible run. I mean, I was just about to say that, man. That was such an impressive run. And you know what? Dirk wasn't even playing with another All-Star.
Mm-hmm. You know, Jason Kidd, and he was old at best.
You know. Yeah. So, man, what a great run. That's definitely a historic run for Dirk Nowitzki, man. You know. But hey, Giannis has a chance to still make history. If he could beat KD and Kyrie Irving, go do, let's say Joel Embiid wins the MVP, he gets to beat the MVP and Joel Embiid. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot of scenarios that could play out. You know?
Right, but time will tell. Time will tell.
Yeah,
it could play out, but will it? Time will tell.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you know what? I posted up a post earlier about Chris Paul. This man has made every team he played on better. He's turned teams to championship contenders, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just think about how great a championship would be to his legacy.
It will be huge.
He definitely needs to do what he got to do to try to win the title this year.
It will be huge. Because think about this. Many people
went back to the finals.
Many people think the Suns were frauds because they beat injured teams. I don't listen to that trash. And if they get back to the finals this year and win the title, it'll be great for his legacy. Because I want to ask you, Prince, did you expect the Suns to have a franchise record before the season happened? Did you think the Suns would win 63 games or more this year?
No.
That's my point. And don't forget, Phoenix has not been healthy all year.
I didn't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I even thought the Suns was going to go to the finals. I never had the Suns even going to the finals at one point. So.
Exactly. Series you won by injuries, but injuries happen. They're a part of the game. And the Suns were injured last year, too. Chris Paul had wrist injuries, shoulder injuries. Book had a broken nose. Cam Johnson had food poisoning. Cameron Payne had an ankle injury. Sarge torn his ACL. So the Suns had injuries, too, which no one talks about. The Suns, no one thought they'll be in the finals last year. And this year, You about to say something?
Yeah. That's just excuses, though, man. What do you make of people that constantly keep using excuses for things? Like, you know, and then when you tell them on the other end, well, guess what? The same excuse you're making could be applied to this team. You know,
even for the Bucks, they don't keep us some energy for the Bucks. Yeah. Like this is what annoys me. Salute, Jaren. This is what annoys me. It's okay for Milwaukee to beat a hobble Brooklyn team and a hobble Milwaukee team, but it's bad for Phoenix to beat injured teams. That's what annoys me, man. It's disrespectful to say the Suns are frauds. You know.
How they frauds? They got a better record than half of these teams.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm talking about people. I'm not.
Yeah, I know. I heard what you're saying.
Like people are clowns when they say that. It's like if you're gonna. It's what are the Suns supposed to do? Wait for everything to be healthy? No, they're supposed to be who's in front of them. You know. And the Suns had injuries too.
Yeah, Chris Paul was hurt.
Chris Paul had a shoulder injury and wrist injury. Book had a broken nose. He was wearing a mask most of the conference final.
Let me guess. Sometimes these LeBron fanboys, because they only gonna tell you, LeBron AD was hurt. They were only ones that was hurt.
No, there's also Kawhi fans too. Kawhi fans,
no excuses,
Jokic fans.
That's no excuse. Because the Lakers were still losing games with all three of those guys on the
court. Didn't the Suns win game one with AD on the court?
Yeah, they were losing when LeBron AD was playing.
And don't forget, people keep saying, Kawhi was injured. Didn't the Jazz lose to the Clippers without Kawhi? And
Kawhi's been going for 2 years now?
No, and didn't the Blazers lose to the Nuggets without Jamal Murray? So what do you want so the Suns can't win. So it's okay for Portland and Utah to choke to those teams, but when Phoenix beats LA and Denver, all of a sudden, oh, they beat injured teams. They don't deserve credit. What? It's disrespectful, man.
Yeah, but half the teams they beat were not injured.
And even the Suns had injuries too. Like again, Devin Booker broke his nose. Cam Johnson had food poisoning. Cameron Payne had an ankle injury. Darius Saric torn his ACL in the finals. Chris Paul, Devin Booker had a hamstring injury in the finals, which no one talks about. But I don't make excuses. I don't. We lost in the finals. I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm rooting for the Suns too, by the way. It's like, it's like people are just biased. Because here's the thing, right? No one keeps the same energy for the Bucks, right? It's okay for Milwaukee to beat the Hawks without Trae Young for games 4 and 5. It's okay for them to beat the Nets without Harden in games 2, 3, and 4. Kyrie, the games 5, 6, and 7 without him, and also no Jeff Green in the first games 1, 2, and 3. But it's bad when the Suns take advantage. People are hypocrites, man.
I mean, just like the NFL. NFL, you got players injured all the time.
You still got
one little hit, you done.
Because I want to ask people, if Phoenix had lost to those teams, you'd be clowning them anyway, right?
Yeah, they're gonna nitpick because it's not their team. They're gonna nitpick. That's how they are.
I don't know, man. But
listen, they don't have to be your favorite team, but I do give them respect. That's just me, And everyone else think differently. I'll be like, damn, the Suns went in. I give them props. They did it. They went in. Just like Giannis. I'll give Giannis props.
Yeah,
I like Giannis.
He deserved it because he deserved
like
it.
Like Giannis, Kawhi, to me, Giannis, Kawhi I like the most than any other player in the NBA currently. Because I'm sick and tired of hearing about LeBron James and Michael Jordan or LeBron James and KD. Gonna be in the finals like every single
KD, you might deal with KD after April 10, potentially, but LeBron not anymore after April 10, man. Not
I'm just tired of hearing it every single time. FS1, ESPN, it's like, yo, talk about the Suns, talk about the Giannis, talk about the Nets.
Talk about other teams, not just
because everybody's getting fed up with it. I've seen everybody's posting like, hey, just like stop talking about LeBron James or Michael Jordan or KD.
Like talk about other teams. Talk about the Warriors. Talk about the Mavs.
Look at this buff. Look at this buff. Let me give you an example. Look at this buffoon Nick Wright said. He had the audacity to say that. Oh, he wouldn't mind. I think he wouldn't mind. LeBron, Jordan, Steph Curry, and he'll help Steph Curry go to the finals. I'm like, what? Like you what? Steph Curry went to the finals. He went to the finals several times without LeBron's help.
5 times in a row.
Yeah, and he has a low losing record in the finals compared to LeBron. This is the point I've been making everybody. This guy's not that serious. So you wanna join? Oh, this has been the talk of the day. But besides the Suns, that LeBron wants to play with Steph Curry because it's all over the internet. There's no escape. It's all over the place.
Yeah,
it's all over the place.
But
and people's clowning on LeBron right now.
Yo, but Jay, you shouldn't want to play with Steph Curry, being the fact that's basically one of your rivals. He
wants to do what Kevin Durant did. You want to join the team that beat you in the finals, that swept you in the finals.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good look for LeBron to go and play.
Oh yeah, the guy who's considered to be right after MJ, right? The second on 75 list, which makes no sense.
The fact that Damian Lillard, and again, I'm not trying to hate on Dame, but the fact that they got Damian Lillard over Dwight Howard is disrespectful, man.
man, G Money, man, you live in a generation of people it's just fanboyism. It has nothing to do with sports analysis. I came to the conclusion it's just fanboys.
Sure, but
it's just fanboys. Like, listen, Michael Jordan's my favorite player of all time. But if Jordan did the same crap that LeBron and half these players did, I am calling him out.
I agree. That would have been horrible.
If Jordan did half this crap these guys are doing now, I am calling him out.
Right. Right.
If Jordan did 20 turnovers, if Jordan joined, let's say Jordan joined the Bad Boy Pistons,
the team that eliminated you in the postseason.
Yeah, and then he joins them, and then he gets all the credit. Then all the fans talk about he's the greatest of all time. I'm gonna rip him to shreds. I don't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't even respect that if he joined.
Hell no.
Me neither.
Or Kobe Bryant joins Dallas Mavericks, Nowinski. Direct Nowinski.
I won't mind if he joins the Mavs. If you talk about like 2012,
Kobe did the same thing.
If he joined like 2012, If you talk about the year after the Mavs swept them, then I get your point. Yeah.
Man, I understand if they did half this crap, but we live in
Mhm.
on
That's
a
horrible.
generation where it's just fanboys. Look at the media. Look at the
Yeah, I'ma
media
ask
now.
that
Now you
brother.
had this other chick I heard that disrespected Kobe Bryant for the Matt
Malika
Barnes. That's
Andrews.
also all over the media.
Malika
Yeah.
Andrews.
Yeah. Everybody's just making mad videos calling her out on Twitter. It's like, how dare you? Called her all types of names and everything. I was like, wow. And Matt Barnes didn't even defend Kobe.
Well,
Word.
speaking
Yeah, I
of
got a question.
Giannis,
If
Zach
Kobe
said,
did,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, if Kobe played with, if Kobe, I'm sorry, let me just answer the question.
Yeah, go ahead,
Go
Prince.
ahead.
If Kobe teamed up with Chris Paul, remember that trade that failed to go through? If
Mm-hmm.
Kobe
Back
teamed
in
up with Chris
2011,
Paul,
yes.
you think they would have won a championship?
Depends on the help around him.
Yeah, if Kobe was fully stayed healthy, yeah, I think he would.
I think they would have won at least. It depends on who they see in the
I
final.
mean,
I
a
think
lot
they
of
would have won in 20. I think so. If you talk about 2012, maybe 2012, yes. 2013, that's hard to say.
But hold, that was with Dwayne Wade, Miami, because they were on the run.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Wade, Miami.
They would have been in one time at least. I don't think they
Because
win
Dwayne Wade
2013
at that time, he
2012,
was
yes.
just as good as Kobe at that time.
You can make an argument because Wade was
that
still
would have been a hell of a back.
Dwayne was a beast.
Kobe-
Dwayne was a beast, bro.
mid-range, quick.
Yeah, Kobe at the 2, Chris Paul at the 1.
Man,
Oh my
what is?
God!
I don't forget.
That would have been one of the. That could have been one of the greatest backcourts in
Right.
NBA history.
Yeah, and that's when they were talking about it was supposed to be Kobe meeting LeBron in the finals, which didn't happen because LeBron failed.
Right. But that could have happened though. Man, that would have been great in 2012, man, and 2013. But man, that would have been great though. That would.
Yeah, but I just don't understand this all disrespectful. I'm like, why they always disrespect this shit on Kobe for it?
Because people are clowns, and also here's
Like,
what
I don't understand. He don't have to be a favorite player, but my God, give the man some respect.
He kicked the bucket. He
He
died.
did it though. I don't get it, man.
I don't
Also,
understand.
LeBron James, like, is it that serious?
And here's what kills me, right? If you're Malika Andrews, I understand the 2013 Lakers underachieved, but let's look at the facts, right? Yes, the Lakers started off 17-25, but they went 28-12 after that, right? The last 40 games. And Kobe Bryant did everything he can. The dude was averaging almost 30 points per game, multiple 40-point games. He had multiple clutch games like that game against the Raptors. Come on, man. He had that monster game against the Hornets when they made the playoffs as a 7 seed. And Kobe,
but I heard Kobe didn't play in the last couple of games.
Right, so
he didn't play the last 4
more
games.
Successful than this Laker team. This
Excuse
is
me?
probably one of the worst. Yeah, this is probably one of the worst Laker teams of all time because that 2012 Laker team made the playoffs. So. 2013. I mean, 2012 the Lakers did make the playoffs, but listen, Prince. 2012, Steve Nash and Dwight Howard were not on the team. In 2012, Steve Nash was still on the Suns and Dwight Howard was on the Magic. 2013 is when Steve Nash and Dwight Howard went on the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, at least Kobe tore his Achilles heel, right? That's when Kobe tore his Achilles, right?
Yeah, he tore his Achilles. Yeah,
and that was it.
And speaking of Lakers and Warriors, by the way, Warriors up 12 in the fourth quarter. By the way, so yeah, so just want to throw it out there, and also the fact that Kobe tore his Achilles and never became the same player again because he was super down.
Yep, you're right.
To the basket. Hell, he was passing the ball that year, rebounding. He was doing everything he can. The only issue with that Laker team is just they were just never consistent, man. The problem with that Laker team, they just weren't consistent that year in 2013.
I mean, they could make the same. Well, look at what happened with LeBron and AD.
Oh, this Laker team is way worse. This Laker team had no chemistry. This team's trash, man.
they want to compare. I mean, I seen them comparing ESPN, which was worse, him or Kobe Bryant, and I'm just like, I have to say LeBron's will fall worse, man.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Because Kobe did win back-to-back championships when Shaq left. LeBron needs multiple Hall of Famers, multiple All-Stars his team stacked up to win a damn championship. Just like he said he wants to join, he wouldn't mind playing with Steph Curry. Like this is ridiculous.
And here's the thing: how would the Warriors even get LeBron? You have to trade like almost part of your team. Remember, LeBron was 44 million. LeBron
Now,
was 44
G
million.
Money, if this ever does happen, because people speculating this might happen next season, which Steph Curry say he's not doing it.
It's not gonna happen. I don't see it.
I'm never ever watching the NBA ever again.
Why? Because you know the Warriors gonna win.
I mean, this is the ultimate cheat code. It's like going to playing your damn PlayStation. You put on the damn Game Shark. That's a cheat code right there.
Why? Because it's like you kind of know what's gonna happen before it happens.
Yeah.
Because even if an injury would have happened to that team still has probably enough depth to win.
Yeah. He would have got another championship. What? They would have given him all the credit. And you see Nick Wright talking about, oh, you see, he's the GOAT. You see, he dragged the Golden State Warriors to the finals.
Come on, man. Here's Steph, Clay, Draymond, like, Poole. I mean, they probably will keep Jordan Poole. But here's the thing we have to consider. If they get LeBron, which this is not going to happen, but if they get LeBron, they'll have to give up a lot of pieces, though. They have to give up a lot of pieces.
And who's going to be the leader of the team? You think Steph Curry's going to allow – well, then again, he did allow KD to be the leader of the team, which
Good
makes
point.
no sense. And KD joined Golden State, he was the leader of the team. He got the MVPs. I mean, this, like I said, this era of all these guys joining with each other, playing with each other, taking down the competition, then they want to get all the credit for joining the competition and joining a bunch of Hall of Famers. It's laughable.
But Prince, do you think LeBron's going to play with the Warriors, man, in the future? What you saying, man?
No, I don't see that happening. No. You know, I had Lamont scheduled to come in. I couldn't click him to come in. I don't know what's wrong with this.
Well, I think what the Bucks won tonight, beat Boston.
I just don't see it, man. I just don't see LeBron going to Golden State. I just don't see it.
So what is gonna happen? You think he's gonna stay? Well, he's not gonna stay, bro. You know he's gonna jump shit like he always does.
The only other place he'll go is, and this may seem less likely, is probably Cleveland. Because where else is he gonna go? He's not going to New York because he hates James Dolan. So
Cleveland gave Jordan the biggest standing ovation. Jordan came in an all-star game. Jordan had the biggest standing ovation of all these guys combined.
Right.
Yeah, but Lamont was trying to get in here, man, from FY sports debates. I couldn't let him in though. I don't know what's wrong with my live stream. So
it could be something. I don't know if he's using his phone or his laptop. It could be something.
No, I don't think it's him. I think it's me because I told you I had problems earlier.
Maybe it's because you're in the Philippines. That's probably why.
Yeah, it could be probably that.
Yeah, I probably had to get back to the States, man.
Well, people can say whatever, but Miami's #1 in the East right now.
Yeah, they clinched it because Boston and Philly lost. So, congrats to the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if you're Miami, you can chill a little bit.
Yeah, because people was talking a lot of smack about Miami was not going to go nowhere. I was like, well, they made it to #1 in the East.
Well, if you're Miami, you want to go into the playoffs playing with momentum. And if you're Miami, you either be playing Cleveland, Brooklyn, Atlanta, or Charlotte in the first round.
Yeah, Brooklyn is at the 8th seed. I think they might just figure something out. They'll make it to the playoffs.
I think they will and should. I think they will.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's going to figure something out. They're going to make it to the playoffs. Which is going to be another last stain to LeBron's legacy because Kevin
Durant just got into the playoffs. Because if the Nets somehow don't make the playoffs, it'll be horrible on Durant's legacy. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, it would. And then this whole him and LeBron being compared to Jordan and Kareem and Kobe, it really has to come to an end. Like it has to come to an end. Like all those Nick Wright fanboys gotta let this go, man. And the disrespect for Kobe has to end, man. I don't know. A lot of his so-called former players, they're not standing up for this guy, man. They're not standing up for this guy, man. Like Matt Barnes was disappointed. I'm like, he should just like, yo, man, you have to go this far with this dude, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I feel you, brother.
Yeah, it's just freaking nuts, man. Like, I mean, it's this like if it's not him, it's freaking. They had the who's that other guy they had on ESPN that was talking about if LeBron wins his fifth championship and he breaks Kareem's record, he's gonna be the greatest Laker of all time.
Let me check. Give me some time, all right?
Yeah, and I'm like,
That was one of the dumbest things I ever heard.
and I saw that ESPN, and I'm like, who the hell?
That's ultra disrespectful, man.
And I'm like,
his name was Jordan Cornette. Jordan Cornette.
Yeah, I'm like, who the hell is he? Because I'm like, okay, another new person. Because I'm noticing all these new faces that they've been having for years now on these sports channels, on these sports media. All of a suddenly it's just like, oh, they switching up. Oh, it's LeBron does this, he's a go. LeBron does that, he's a go. I was like, so let me get this straight. He drops 50, he's a go, right? I'm like, okay, Giannis just broke, I think, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar career points
in Bucks history.
And I mean, where's the?
And he won the game too, and he beat the Nets that same game.
Yeah, where's the hype?
I don't pay attention.
Where's the hype? LeBron does what?
Those are meant to be broken. I don't care about records.
Yeah, Giannis this is the point I'm making. Giannis just broke one of Kareem's records and won that game and beat KD again. Now they want to sit there talking about, well, if he gets another championship, breaks Kareem's all-time scoring record, it makes him the greatest Laker of all time.
That was disrespectful as hell, man.
Wow. I was like, wow.
Over Shaq, Kareem, Magic, and Kobe, really?
Yeah, I think what, Will Chamberlain, Jerry West?
Really? Even Jerry West, arguably.
I mean, this is just nothing but fanboys. I'm like, all these people they're having on their show, all these new faces, it's just fanboys.
Oh yeah.
Giannis broke one of Kareem's record. They're not even
and won the game in the process, and won in Brooklyn that same night.
Yeah, they don't want to even give him any respect. They're not amplifying this shit. I'll see y'all going crazy.
Oh yeah.
So when he wins the championship this year, they better give him respect, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, but we about to be up out of here, man. Jay, you know how we do.
Yeah, no problem, bro. No problem, man. Like, it's just been a crazy night, and it's just like more breaking news every day, man.
Yo, P, I have a suggestion. You should do a. My suggestion was maybe if you want P, if you want P, I was going to suggest that you can do a play-in or playoff preview video if you want. I'm just giving you a suggestion. But thank you for inviting me and Jair, man. Thank you, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, P, man. Have a good night too, man.
Oh, always, man. You know, I love chopping it up with everybody, talking about sports, man.
Yeah, man. You know we're not gonna run from the smoke like good old Zach, the good old troll Zach. Man. You know we're not run from the smoke.
Oh, by the way, Zach doesn't think LeBron's the GOAT anymore. Just want to throw it out there.
Man, you know.
Oh my gosh, man.
No. He doesn't think LeBron's the GOAT anymore.
To Lamont, I know he tried to get in.
Really? Like you serious, G Money? After all the stuff we brought out on the table, the dad could look it up himself. All the stuff we told him, it's like, listen, we get it. I said the same thing. Favorite players is Kawhi, KD, but these guys are doing the same thing. We call them out. That doesn't mean that you don't like him. That doesn't mean it has to be your favorite player. That's all we asking for. The same accountability.
Right.
Stop being a fanboy.
Be objective. Don't be biased.
Don't be biased, man. It goes the same thing. Kobe, Jordan, it doesn't matter. Larry Bird, Will Chamberlain. You could be a favorite player, but hold these guys accountable. If it's massive turnovers or these guys are linking up with their rivals in competition, you got to call them out. No defense. You stacking up. What is this? Were you putting memes that dudes putting crown over your head? That's not any form of confidence. That's a form of weakness. And that's what I'm saying. Like, all I'm saying, like, if he wants to be in that category, he has a social form of confidence to be right near Michael Jordan. Jordan was too confident. He was too confident. He's not going to go on social media and he wants people to say he's the GOAT. He don't need to. Jordan doesn't even care. Jordan knows where he's at, where he knows he's the alpha male of the league. You know what I mean? Like, so hold the same accountability, but you know, I don't know. You never know with these fans, man. Kendrick Perkins saying the same thing. He's jumped in the ship. Next thing you know, LeBron, if he reaches Kareem's record, I guarantee they're gonna hop right back on and say LeBron is the GOAT. Who knows what these fans, boys, man?
Right.
As soon as LeBron reaches Kareem's record, he's the GOAT.
That's actually a good idea, G Money. That playing video is pretty nice.
Playing/playoff, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that'd be great, man. That's a good idea. So I mean, I may pick up on that. You know,
yeah, we know, like they're gonna be in the playing tournament. We don't know who's gonna be in the playing tournament. We already know who's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be the Suns, Miami, Nets, Bucks.
Yeah, that's the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
That's the playoffs.
Salute to y'all brothers. Yep. And if y'all got anything popping, you know, just get at me. If I could help out in any way, just get at me. You know,
no problem, bro.
You know where to, yep, you know where to find me. You know, as sorry of sports Lamont, I know he's gonna probably think that I can't you know, didn't allow him on purpose.
Now there's something they said now Princess Lando, they said the cancel culture, man. They said the cancel culture, man.
Yeah, but you know how people on YouTube, they say, oh, you're running away from this. You know, I know he's a big LeBron guy, so to speak, or at least that's what people tell me. I don't look at him like that, but I do hear reports. But if I could let you in, I will let you in. I don't care if you're a LeBron fanboy or not. Anybody's free to come in here.
Make your case, man. Stop being a goddamn fanboy.
Stop in your arguments.
This is my second live stream today.
I mean, dudes could get emotional and then it turns to Shannon Shaw and start slamming his hand on the table and yelling, screaming, top of your lungs. So about Lucas triple double.
This is my second live stream on this topic because the other one got messed up. You know, so it could be a Philippine thing. You know,
yeah, it could be that. Yeah, it could definitely be that.
Right. But you're saying that you're going back to the U.S. late April, right?
Yeah, he said April. All right.
Yes, this month. So yeah, yo, peace, Jay. I'll be going back this month. Sometimes you gotta put this up just to block the sun, even if it's not raining around here. But nevertheless, man, we out. Salute to everybody. You know, salute to all the people I met with. Like I said, you know, if I met with you, be cool. You know, but some of these trolls coming up in here, man, they pretending to be other people. I don't even know who these people are. You know, so it is what it is, man. But Lamont, if you catch this or if you see this somehow, come on the next one, man. If I could get you on, I don't know what's going on with my life. The thing gets frozen. I can't let you. I mean, I don't know what to say. It is what it is. You know, be out, y'all. Peace.